Tying on. It's one of my jig heads that I make up myself using one of those American sickle hooks, and I found those hooks to be absolutely dynamite. Since I've moved over to these hooks, all of my hook up and dropping of fish problems has almost disappeared. So having such a well designed hook really does make a difference to catching fish. All I'm doing is using a gulp shrimp. Nothing fantastic, just putting it on the jig head like so. And the big secret here is to make sure that you get as far away from the bank as you possibly can, so you don't spook any of those bigger fish that are in there, because they're the first ones to spook. The little ones will still come out and they'll chase anything down, but the big ones are a little bit more educated, and you really need to be on top of your game sometimes to get those fellas to bite. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I like to basically hook a fish on 2 pound fluorocarbon mono straight through. I tend to prefer to wind my fish on when I'm using a straight through mono, for the simple reason it takes the stretch out of the line first, and once the stretch is out of the line, then I like to lift the rod tip up and try and set the hook on a fish. If you strike straight away, all you're doing is stretching that line, and sometimes you don't get all the stretch out and you don't get the hook to set, and therefore you don't end up catching the fish. So it's very important that you make sure that stretch is taken out of that line before you set a hook. Otherwise you could find yourself losing a lot of fish. The other advantage of using mono as well, the straight through, is because of the stretch, you sometimes can get hooks to stay in a lot longer than you would with braid. They can't shake them out, they come out shaking their head, and it's like a shock absorber. It takes up a lot of the pressure that fish is exerting, and it means that the hook is staying in nicely and it's not coming out so easily. It's not making a hole for it to be able to throw the hook quite so quickly. It's very forgiving, the straight through line, but it's also very hard to learn how to fish it. There we go, did you see that? All I did was wind before I lifted. That's the important part. Once you know that there's a fish, or that you think there's something there, you want to make sure that you wind first. Take the stretch out of the line. It took me a lot to get that stretch out of that line, because as that fish was there, he was actually coming back at me at the same time. So he was swimming out off the bank towards me at the same time as I was winding. Didn't even feel like a reasonably decent fish at first. Nothing massive, but it is a bream. And under normal circumstances, if you're fishing a comp in Queensland, you'd be pretty happy with that one. It's not a comp winning fish, but it is a fish. Good bag size fish. There you go. Good bag size fish. As you can see, as I've been trying to tell you, that sickle hook right in the corner of the jaw. It's a bit like a circle hook. Nice and easy, slow, it's perfect. It's absolutely the perfect hook for using when you're finesse fishing and you're fishing mono straight through, because it just slides up into the corner of the mouth or into the jaw part behind the bone, and then it just locks into place. That's probably 28 fork lengths. Take them every day again. this is a pretty good fish, this one. He's going straight for a crab pot too. Looks like we're getting past the crab pot. And we can find out what he is. Whatever it is, it's a good fish. Very good fish. I'll have to chase him down a little bit, I think. Yourself a bit of a chance, use the electric motor, catch back up to him so it doesn't take too much line. It's more like what we've been looking for. Took a nice good couple of runs there at the start, so he's a little bit worn out here at the end. In the net we go. Okay. Still not a huge fish, but it's what we're sort of looking for now. It's starting to get a little bit bigger. Still not huge. But on 2 pound line, you don't need big fish to give you curry. These small ones, they can really give it to you at times. Also a strong believer in making sure you put plenty of scent on your lure. I have a little area where I can dip my lure in so I don't have to get it over my fingers, so it's not got slippery fingers all the time. So I just have a little tub, I put all my scent in, dip my lure in on a regular basis, especially when I'm in an area where I know there's fish and there's good fish, but they're a little bit hard to get to bite. I don't use scent when I'm looking for fish because a lot of the time it'll give you a false impression of the area. I like to use the scent once I know I'm in the area where the fish are, and that's when I want to use it to improve the quality of fish I catch, not the amount of fish I catch. So I use scent for a slightly different reason to what most people use scent for. I use it to improve the quality of fish, not the amount of fish. An acrobatic fish, that one. I'll that drag up a bit, I think. There's no need for it to be that loose. They're only small fish, but boy, they're putting up one hell of a fight. Same all the time, getting one in the mouth, and the other hook's coming around and getting them on the side, which, you know, turns them side on. And that's what actually makes them feel like they're such a bigger fish, because you've got the one hook here and you got the other hook here, so you're pulling them from the side instead of from the front. Let's see if we can find this big one. There's a lot of fish here. Get a bit of scent on the lure. See if that does the trick to get that big one to come out and bite. Dead slow wind. There we go, look at that. Whoa! That's a better fish. He's coming in easy now, but I've got him coming with me, and the heavy line makes it a lot easier too, because I don't have to muck around. There you go. That's the beauty of using that heavier line, putting a bit of scent on. Caught a lot of little fish here, so we decided to put the scent on, and now we catch a better fish. Same thing again, they're eating the lure. They're really in a feeding pattern now. So they're still not those big kilo fish we're looking for, but they're, you know, they're the solid 30 centimetre fork length fish, and a bit bigger sometimes. So you can't complain with that. So it worked last time, we'll do it again.